Hello, good morning student. How are you? I hope everyone are fine. I am Sudipta sir. Today I am going to discuss some new topic from the chapter The Creation of an Empire, the Mughal Dynasty. Today our topic is Akbar and religion. In my previous class I already told you in your book there also a topic Akbar policy. Generally I divided it into part 1, the Mughal administrations, and another is Akbar and religion. In my previous class I already discussed about the Mughal administration. So today I will discuss Akbar and religion. And one more thing is that it is mandatory for everyone to join the Google Meet class. If you will not join the Google Meet class, then your marks will be deducted from the midterm examination. Only on the Google Meet class I will discuss this topic in a very interesting and easy way. So let's start. Today our first topic, Akbar and religion. Okay, so let's start. Akbar built a new capital city at Fatehpur Sikri near Agra. It was essentially a fortified complex with royal place and other buildings. Okay. While Akbar was at Fatehpur Sikri during the 1570s, he started discussion on religion with the ulema, Brahmins, Jesuit priests who were Roman Catholics and Zoroastrians. This discussion took place in the Ibadat Khana. He was interested in the religion and social customs of different people. Right? Akbar's interaction with people of different faiths made him realize that religious scholars who emphasized ritual and dogma were often bigots or bigots. Right? So now the question came to the mind, what is the meaning of dogma and bigot? Dogma means a statement or an interpretation declared as authoritative with the expectation that would be followed without question. Dogma means you have to follow the authority without any question. That means you have to follow these things without any question. And bigot means an individual who is tolerant of another person's religious beliefs or culture. That means one thing, Akbar realized that religious scholars who emphasized ritual and dogma were often bigots. Their teaching created division and disharmony amongst his subject. Thus Akbar accepted the idea sul-e-kul or universal peace. That means sul-e-kul means universal peace. This idea of tolerance did not discriminate between people of different religion in his empire or in his dynasty, but it focused on a system of ethics, honesty, justice, peace. Abul Fazl helped Akbar in framing a vision of governance around this idea of sul-e-kul. This principle of governance was followed by Jahangir and Shah Jahan also. One more two important things is that Birbal adopted this new religion called as Din-e-Ilahi. Sul-e-kul, that means universal peace, and Akbar introduced a new religion, this religion called as Din-e-Ilahi. Birbal adopted Din-e-Ilahi, this new religion. When Akbar was died, after that this religion also vanished from the India or from the world, you can say. But still the idea of Din-e-Ilahi The idea of Sulikul, it's never ever vanished from India. Even our great ruler always followed this principle, universal peace, Sulikul, universal peace. Even this idea of Sulikul, these principles of governance was followed by Jahangir and Shahjahan also. That's all. If you have any problem, you can make me a call, or you can ask me, you can text me, anything else. That's all. Have a good day.